Welcome to today's girls basketball game between the home team, Sanford Warriors, ranked second in our recent poll with an overall record of 8-1, and the visiting Smyrna Eagles, ranked third with an overall mark of 7-3. Glad you're joining us here on the 302 Sports streaming platform on a snowy Saturday afternoon in northern Newcastle County. I'm Glenn Fraser with John Kalesia. This is a rematch of a quarterfinal tournament game last year won by Sanford. Smyrna comes in losing twice to number 5 Cape, both close losses, and they have wins over Padua, Ursuline, and Caravelle. The coaching tandem of Eric and Danielle Gums have enjoyed a lot of success with this program. They have 7 players returning from last year's Henlopen Conference champs, including our players to watch, which are Ellerby, Royal, and Savage. And to talk about them a little bit more in depth, let's bring in my broadcast partner. And John, glad to have you with me. First time we've worked together, and familiar confines for you.
Yes. Great campus, great school here at Sanford, located in Hockessin, Delaware. Great matchup here. You have Smyrna coming in, Smyrna over the past few years is gaining some experience in the tournament and playing, at the higher level. Obviously Coach Gums has instilled that and brought that on along with the program. We look for a lot of exciting things today with their roster. Very, very young team with only one senior. So we'll look to see, how Smyrna comes in and adjusts here at Sanford.
We talked about those 3 players to watch. Gabby Royals, just a sophomore. She leads the team, averaging 15 points per game. Right behind her, Amaya Ellerby, as you mentioned, the only senior on the team. Normally starts not getting the start today. We'll see how long she sits before she gets in the game. She's averaging 14.5 points. And then the sophomore, Div Savage, averaging a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds per game. On the other side of things for the Sanford Warriors, veteran head coach, Marcus Thompson. His starters today will be the sophomore Nyla McClendon, averaging 6 points per game. Asia Adams, a junior, averaging double digits with 12. Kaylee Pachikchen, averaging 5 points per game, just a sophomore. Aslyn Merrill, averaging 14 points per game, another sophomore. And then the senior, Naomi Allen. A lot of depth on both squads. Both coaches will go 7 or 8 deep. Smyrna missing a couple of players off the bench today that do eat up minutes for them. But again, expecting a good matchup, decent crowd here at Sanford on a day where it's interesting going around the roads in this area with all the hills and the slopes. And a lot of people out there being a little bit too cautious. And then you get some that are, let's go ahead and do the regular speed limit.
I experienced that in getting here. You got here a little later than I would have expected. Kind of to talk about Sanford a little bit. Coach Thompson's been here. If I'm not mistaken, he got his 400th win there about a week and a half ago. Sanford has had a motto since, way back when our old head coach Marcus and I played together back in the 80s. And we used to have a little saying here at Sanford, and I think Marcus has kind of followed it, but they don't rebuild, they reload every single year. And when you have such a successful program, that attracts a lot of players. And, Sanford Girls Basketball, since Marcus has been here, has been, one of the top programs in the state year in and year out. A lot of Division I players. Olivia Tucker, Lauren Park Lane, just to name a few. Monique Foote. Today you got a Sanford team that is experienced and played in big games. I'm going to be interested to see how the two teams go back and forth. I've only seen Smyrna on film, and I had a chance to come to Sanford's practice earlier in the year and then even one of their scrimmages during the preseason. So, very well coached. Sanford's going to really harass you on the half court, whether it's zone or man-to-man. Coach Thompson does like to play a lot of man-to-man. So exciting battle, and looking forward to, today's game.
Coach Thompson's been here more than 20 years. I think this is his 22nd season. State championships in 2010, 11, 14, and 19. And just a couple of years ago in 2023, Sanford also has another school title back in 1994. These two met in the state championship game way back in 2010. I don't know whether you recall that game, but Benaja Laney starred for Smyrna, and of course she went on to the pros.
Yes. Benaja was trying to put Smyrna on her back. I was there at that game. I believe that might have been Coach Thompson's first state championship.
I think it was, yeah.
Yes. He had a young lady that played for me. I was coaching AAU girls basketball, and I kind of steered her here to Sanford a little bit, and she ended up playing for Coach Thompson. They ended up winning the state championship that year. But Laney, heck of a player, playing in the WNBA now. I hope she's coming back, and probably proud of what Smyrna has continued to do here as we get into today's game.
We mentioned Coach Thompson's team comes in with only one loss, 8-1. Their loss was to Bishop Ireton out of Virginia, and they are ranked in the state of Virginia in the top 10. No top 10 wins because they played a lot of out-of-state competition early on in the season, and they'll get into that as the season goes on. As a matter of fact, they'll finish the regular season hosting number 8 Ursuline and number 4 Caravel, so that's quite a way to finish up.
Coach Thompson always does that. He will schedule, a couple of top teams in the state or even out of state to kind of get you tournament prepared, as they like to say there at the latter part of February, leading into the state tournament.
Just a few minutes away from the opening tip. Of course, the players will be announced to the crowd here. The home of the Warriors. And we'll have the playing of our national anthem as well. My first trip here to this gym, I've never called a game in here before. As a matter of fact, I got lost coming in, John. Had to circle the campus here twice before I could figure out how to get in here.
That can happen. It's a beautiful campus.
I
know they're taking down some trees, from when I was here back in the 80s. But beautiful campus, great school, great academics, great athletics. You got a lot of great coaches. Here as well, and looking forward to today's matchup with these two teams.
So, John, you say they cut down some of their mascots?
Yes, yes.
I love when you come in here, you park, and you look up on the side of the building, and there's that tree, the little outline of the tree up on the side of the gymnasium here. The floor looks great. I love the hard court here. As a matter of fact, they have, I guess it's the boys and the girls pretty much side by side. I don't know whether they ever have both of them playing here at the same time. I would think it might get a little confusing with referee whistles.
It would be certainly tough. Well, they have this here that divides the two gyms.
Okay.
Usually in some other games you may see this, door closed, but right now we have bleachers out down here during the visiting end. You mentioned the trees here, and one of the things that I'm so proud of, and I think it holds true, is Sanford School has a motto, no talent lies latent. And it goes back to a gentleman who was our headmaster here back in the 80s, Gordon Schofield, who brought Gil Jackson in, my high school head coach, who kind of started, what Sanford basketball has become today. We know the boys basketball program. We think about Stan Waterman.
Right.
But Gil Jackson's kind of the one that planted the seed. And, went through some of those years that were some of the tougher years. And, he was able to capture Sanford's first state championship ever in boys basketball in 1986. And Marcus is a Sanford lifer. If I'm not mistaken, Marcus was here, going all the way back even to kindergarten. So I will do my best not to be a homer. But I'm looking forward to a great game. And I always one of the things I really like to do, especially when I went over to Conrad and brought the girls basketball program into that top 2, 3, 4 teams in the state, I always like new blood. Sometimes it gets a little boring when you see the Caravels and the Saints and the Ursulines and the Sanfords out there. So great to see Smyrna's and Cape out there, mixing it up with some of the top teams that are traditionally at the top of the top 10 ranking.
Well, John, I don't have a horse in the race, but I do live within the boundaries of the Smyrna School District, so that'll kind of balance us out maybe a little bit on the call. All right, we're going to be having the starting lineups announced to you here shortly for the Smyrna Eagles head coach Eric Gums, who went to Towson University, and his wife Danielle, who graduated from the University of Delaware. Bill Schultz is the athletic director. Peyton Craig, the sophomore, will be one of the starting guards. Another sophomore, Leilani Jenkins, and freshman Dawson DeMoe. And then the other two starters are sophomore Gabby Royal and another sophomore Div Savage. So a very young starting five today for the Smyrna Eagles. And we will see Maya Ellerby. Again, we'll see how long Coach has her on the bench before he gets her into the game. Starting five for the Sanford Warriors and head coach Marcus Thompson. Patrick Jones is the athletic director. They're ranked number 2, Smyrna number 3. Nyla McClendon, yet another sophomore starting. Asia Adams, a junior. Kaylee Pachichin, a sophomore. Aslan Merrill, another sophomore. And finally a senior, Naomi Allen. So Naomi Allen, the only senior that will be starting for either team as they bring out the players being announced to the crowd now. Sophomore-laden starters today. All right, we're going to step aside for this commercial message, and we'll have the playing of our national anthem while we're gone. We'll be back with the starting tip for this ball game between number 2 and number 3 right after this on the 302 Sports streaming platform. All right, we're back again. A good crowd here in the Sanford High School gym for this game between the second and third ranked teams in our poll. Sanford comes in at number 2 with just the 1 loss, and Smyrna with 3 losses, 1 out of state, the other 2 both to Cape Henlopen, and they are ranked number 3. Starters getting ready to take the floor. We'll have the opening tip and get this one underway. Once again, glad you're with us here today on the 302 Sports streaming platform.
One of the things as we start to look at the two teams, as I had indicated earlier, I'm a little bit more familiar with Sanford. One of the things that they have traditionally been able to do, they can change pace. They can change gears. They can play very fast. They can play that half-court game. So I'll be interested to see where they go here early on.
Sanford controls the opening tip. They're in the home whites, Smyrna in their road red uniforms. A little bit of inside-out game. Right wing 3 ball, and that's up and good by Smyrna's number 15, Gabby Royal. Oh, I'm sorry, I had the wrong team. Pachichin. Get the whites and the red right, Glenn. Top of the circle, 3-point shot. That's no good. Good box out for the rebound by the Warriors.
Smyrna starting out in 2-3 zone. Sanford was very patient there in the first possession.
Asia Adams with a little floater in the lane to give the Warriors an early 5-0 advantage. Get it inside to Savage, and she lays it up and in off the glass. Strong move by Div Savage.
Great move by Savage to seal her defender behind her. Nice little drop step power move, protecting the ball down in the post.
I like the first scoring play by Sanford to go inside and then kick it out for the open three-point shot. Now another good look from the left corner, and that one up and good by Merrill.
Sometimes when you're playing a zone like Smyrna is, when we talk, you had mentioned earlier about the first possession Sanford got an open look. One of the big things is great ball movement, too. Defensively, Smyrna's got to make sure that they're closing out on the perimeter when you're in the zone. Sometimes you get locked in and you don't have those players closing out. I was watching the post defender down in there, and they didn't close out on the perimeter offensive players quickly as you'd like them to.
Good defense by Sanford along the far sideline to force a turnover. So they had the ball up 5. Pachiction in that left corner. She's already hit 1-3. Good play inside and an easy basket there for Allen.
Sanford being very methodical in the half court against their zone, looking for gaps, areas to take advantage. This time, again, it almost looks like they're alternating possessions. One time perimeter, next time down into the post.
Down in the corner, that three-point shot missed everything, but Smyrna gets the weak side rebound. And they swing it around. They'll take a three-point shot in the left corner. That one is up and good by DeMoe.
Good ball movement, good. Sanford gave up an offensive rebound. They were able to kick it back out, and DeMoe strokes that nice little three there.
Both teams shooting well from beyond the arc early in this one. Pachiction will take a left wing three ball that rimmed out. They got the offensive rebound, second chance shot up and good. And that again is Asia Adams.
One of the things I'm sure Coach Gums is saying is, hey, we can't give them an offensive rebound, another opportunity. And that's what Sanford got that time.
Close to a backcourt violation. But then the shot is up and good by Gracie Burrows.
Smyrna coming out, changing some things up early on, 2-3 zone. Now they just picked up in full court man.
And one going to the line. Good strong move into the paint for Sanford.
Good take by Asia Adams right there. You'd like to see, as she started to beat the Smyrna defender, Smyrna was a little slow getting some defensive rotation over there down, around mid-post area to, and Asia Adams was able to get in and get a good look for a layup and an N1.
Yeah, and she completes the old-fashioned three-point play. 7 points for her and a 14-7 lead for Sanford. That foul, by the way, was on Savage, her first. She gets the ball offensively. Shot was altered, and the ball, loose ball out of bounds to the Warriors.
Savage did a very good job. This time she was fronted. Again, sealed her player, put her hand up there, nice high hand. Her teammate was able to find her down in there. She came up just a little bit short.
Yeah, Sanford collapsed on her well, though. 3 defenders were in the paint. Left corner three ball, a little bit too strong by Pachiction. She runs down a rebound. That's Merrill. And Merrill gets the two-pointer at 16-7. And a quick timeout, and probably a good one here by Smyrna.
No, I don't believe there's a timeout. Yeah, I was looking at Smyrna. It didn't look like they called a timeout, and I think Sanford thought maybe there was a timeout.
Well,
a little confusion.
Yeah, Ellerby didn't sit long. She is out on the floor now. Did not get the start. Smyrna just subbed in Clea. A little bit of backcourt pressure applied by Sanford. Under 4 minutes to go, opening quarter. 16-7.
Let's see if Ellerby can come in and provide a little senior leadership.
Three-point shot. Clea, who just came in the game, and the defensive rebound. Falls to Sanford. Go ahead, Coach.
Ellerby did a very nice job there, attacking the basket, drawing fenders, got a kick out, good look.
Good look at a three-point shot there. Yeah, that one's short. And so far, Sanford doing a great job on the offensive glass. Again, just a little bit of backcourt press, but they get it across midcourt. That's Ellerby with the ball. Savage in the high post. She gives it up down into the corner. Smyrna really having trouble getting a good open look. Ellerby with a little Euro step, high off the glass and good.
Nice little move there, attacking baseline. Nice finish by Ellerby.
Yeah, good move in traffic. Nice screen. Floater up back of the rim. And a loose ball run down by the Eagles. 2.5 to go here, opening quarter.
There was a ball screen down there, and I think a little mix-up gave Sanford an opportunity to get in and get a high percentage look there.
Ellerby being guarded by Allen. And a good trap in the corner. Loose ball will stay with Smyrna, though. It's always dangerous. You get down in the corner, dribbling the ball, and then have the defense come over with an extra player and trap you, and you're in trouble. Smyrna down 16-9. That bounce pass hit the foot of a defender from Sanford. And we have a whistle on it. Whether that was a foul or not, Coach.
Yes, there was. There was a foul there. Let's see if they posted up. Does just show a team foul as their second team foul.
Right. Okay, there it is up on the board. So that's on
number
DeMo.
1, Ellerby, is it? Is that? Yeah.
That's 11.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So DeMo has one, Savage has one. And now Sanford looking to build on a 7-point lead. Good hands inside. Smyrna with the turnover. Ellerby with a hesitation dribble. And nice hands there to block that by Kanaya Johnson. We're under 2 minutes to go in the corner. Inbounds pass to Savage. Tries to hook shot with the left hand. Too strong. And off of Sanford, Eagles get the possession.
Glenn, I'm really impressed with Savage, how she's using her body down in there, sealing defenders, getting a lot of really good looks here. I'm a big fan of the baby hook down in there. It's almost an unblockable shot.
Good inbounds play, Savage to Ellerby, but good defense as well. High arching three-point shot, and that is good by Royal. And now it's 16-12.
Good ball movement there by Smyrna, getting a nice perimeter look.
Sanford with the ball up by 4. Good defense right now. Cross-court pass. Smyrna's picked up the pace defensively here. Down low. Savage guarding Dunkley. Dunkley's shot right across the rim.
Glenn, you mentioned Smyrna's pressure there. I thought they were much more active, moving their feet. Hands were up in the passing lane.
Tough time that time for Savage to try to take it in with all the traffic. And Smyrna with the ball ahead to Savage. She lays it up and in, and it's a 2-point game.
Good energy by Smyrna here to get back in it and cut it to 2. And here we go, another turnover because of their defensive pressure.
Yeah, they've ramped up the D. That shot off the mark, Dunkley with a rebound. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Quick shot, side of the rim. And I think out off a foot of Dunkley. And yes, it'll be Smyrna ball with 25 seconds to go in the quarter. A chance to tie or even take the lead here, John. And that's quite a comeback.
Very good comeback. I could see right there as the ball went out of bounds. I always look, and I look at opposing teams, both sides here. But I noticed 3 of the Sanford defenders' hands went down to their knees. That starts to tell you they're getting a little winded, a little tired. Johnson, Merle, they just subbed for Merle. Johnson's still in the game.
Yeah, Ellerby took a quick 3-point shot, no good. And now Sanford probably holding for the last shot with 10 seconds. Into the paint. Nice extension with the right hand. A bucket there by Johnson. And that will end the quarter. So what looked like a runaway early, 9-2, and then 16-7, and then Smyrna, they amp up the defense a little bit and get back in the game.
Did a very nice job in the half court and even pressuring at midcourt. Got a couple turnovers. Like I said, I think Sanford had the pedal on the gas there a little bit and got a couple of their players tired. Smyrna turned up that defensive pressure, did a great job, got some baskets in transition and even in the half court.
Leading scorer in the opening quarter, Asia Adams, with 7 points, lead the way for Sanford. And for Smyrna, Savage and Ellerby both with 4 points. Demo and Royal with 3 apiece. The other scorers for Sanford, 3 points for Pachikchin, 2 points for Johnson, 5 for Merrill, and 2 for Naomi Allen. All right, about ready to start the second quarter. Now let's see if Smyrna continues with that defensive pressure, creating some turnovers. Sanford was getting a lot of open looks early on when they built a big lead.
Yeah, and I think Coach Gums made a really good adjustment going to man-to-man, putting more pressure on Sanford, kind of speeding them up. And, that's why I think Sanford got tired. They came out of that 2-3 zone where Sanford was getting some easy looks, and we'll see where they go here in the second quarter with it defensively.
All right, once again, thanks for joining us here today on the 302 Sports streaming platform. We have the number 2 and number 3 ranked girls team in the state. Ellerby with a strong move. Put up a prayer, wouldn't go, and now we have a whistle on the follow-up.
Again, I really like Savage's presence down there in the post. She was amongst 2 or 3 Sanford defenders, grabbed the rebound, put it back up, almost went in, got fouled, gets an opportunity here at the charity stripe to cut it to 3 points.
Yeah, she missed the first one. Once again, Glenn Frazier alongside John Kalesha here today. Former coach of the Conrad girls. Did a great job with that program. Second shot by Savage. She misses them both. Sanford quickly down the floor. I say Smyrna's really turned up the defense. Top of the key. 3-point shot up and good by Adams.
Asia Adams is a real leader. She wants the ball in her hands, and that time she knocks down a 3. Let's see if Smyrna can respond there. Just off the mark.
Yep. And Sanford just lost the ball out of bounds. Turnover there. Peyton Craig had the wide open 3 look there. Couldn't convert. Asia Adams now with 10 points. Nearly half of her team's total. Savage in the high post. And nobody underneath the basket right now for Smyrna. Now they try to work players in. Savage will take the corner 3-point shot. No good. Hustling in there to get the loose ball is Demo. Now Ellerby. 3 players right there. She's a tough bird, I'll tell you.
Ellerby is crafty there. I liked how she was able to get in, get a good look. From my angle, it looked like she got bumped a little bit, but from the refs, I guess they didn't see it.
3-point shot off the mark by the Warriors. Ellerby thought about the 3, won't take it. We're a minute and a half into the second quarter, and now Smyrna will commit a turnover.
I'd like to see them go back down into Savage. Keep looking. What Ellerby's trying to do there is attack the basket, get into the paint. We like to call them paint touches, but, pound the ball down into Savage. Maybe get some of the players in foul trouble, get in the bonus situation, keep having your guards attack the basket. Past 2 offensive possessions, they've almost been in a 5-out. And they have been kind of looking to attack, but let's put a post player, maybe go even a high-low, keep working, try and get the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been using her a lot in a high post here the last couple of possessions. And I haven't seen her, after she passes off, maybe try to get position underneath. So you're right. Let's see if they work on that. Good crowd in here today. It's almost a packed house. A little shout out to the fans for braving the elements to come out. Smyrna looks like they're packed into a zone right now, John.
Yeah. trying to pick up exactly what zone they're in. I don't know if it's a 2-3.
Sanford moving the ball around the perimeter. They had an open look momentarily. But Smyrna's reacting rather quickly.
They are. They're doing a great job of closing out like we had talked about earlier. They were a little slow in the first few possessions of the game, but have done a much better job on those perimeter closeouts.
Good pass inside from Ellerby to Savage. She's trying to break down the defense, turn around, and we've got an offensive foul on Savage. That's her second. Had the ball up high, Coach, but when you throw those elbows, and a lot of times the officials see that and they call it. I didn't even see contact. But
yeah, that's a tough one. Again, I'm not out there. They have a better angle.
21-14, but kind of stalemated here on the score. 5:35 to go in this half.
One of the interesting things will be, does Savage sit the remainder of the second quarter, or will Coach Gumbs bring her back in?
Yeah, protecting her for those two personal fouls. She's such a key. And how will Sanford now? Maybe they'll attack the paint. They take an outside shot off the side of the rim. Down the floor quickly. Ellerby, good pass to her. And let's see who got that dime. It was Royal.
Great leak out by Ellerby there. That's something I've been seeing in a couple of their first quarter possessions that we just saw there again.
Good shot up and in by Naomi Allen. Her second basket of the game. And that's what I wonder, John, if maybe as the shot goes up and is short, missed everything but the net. With Savage on the bench now, does the strategy change for head coach Thompson?
Well, so far we had the transition basket and we've had a quick three. I think Coach Gumbs just subbed the young lady out, and he had a little conversation with her, and he probably said, hey, let's get in the offense. Let's make a couple more passes. Let's be a little more methodical and get a better look.
Left wing three ball, that is up and good by Merrill, her second downtown shot of the game.
Merrill got a quick little rest, came back in. She looks fresh and renewed right now.
Ellerby, tough angle on the shot. Smyrna collapses on the defensive player that had the rebound, and a good timeout by Coach Thompson, seeing his player was in trouble.
One of the things, when I looked there, I saw 3 Smyrna players on Adams. If Adams can turn and get that ball out, we get somebody at some different angles. If Sanford had a kid here, boom, they're out in transition. They're going to have numbers. So be careful about that. I saw Smyrna doing that a little bit, almost over pursuing the ball after, a missed shot, on their end. So we'll see if Sanford can take advantage of that. Again, some moving parts here with Savage out. You had indicated earlier, are they going to go inside? Do they have somebody else down in the post, or are they going to continue to look to attack? Hopefully they look to attack and try to, again, get some higher percentage shots for themselves to kind of chip away at this 10-point deficit.
Yeah, the largest lead of the game right now and being enjoyed by Sanford, up 26-16. We're almost midway through this second quarter. So Dunkley and Savage, the 2 starting centers, both on the bench right now. Smyrna again in that zone. Good pass underneath. Kick out. Bobbled it a little bit. Didn't give her an opportunity to get the open look. They swing it around, down in the corner. 3-point shot. That rimmed out. Battle for the rebound, won by the Eagles. Ellerby, top of the circle. 3-point shot. That's good.
Ellerby said, Coach, I can knock down a 3. No need to attack the basket or pound it down inside. A little bit better ball movement there. She got a cleaner look. Let's see if they can continue the defensive pressure here.
9 points now for Ellerby after she came off the bench today. Did not get the start. Good hands by Ellerby there as she created the turnover. She brings it down the floor. Throws a left-hander up and off the glass. 5 straight points by the Eagles.
Ellerby again changing speeds there, a little slow and go. Freezes the defender and then gets a nice little easy look.
Oh, and there's an offensive foul down underneath. That'll be called on Merrill, her first. And only the first team foul committed by Sanford.
One of the things I was looking at with Sanford, and I think they were trying to do with Allen, they tried to get her the ball in there. They got a little bit of a height advantage. Now they're getting a little bit more height with Dunkley coming in place of her. So we'll see if Sanford can take advantage of that again with Savage being out of the game.
Ellerby's on a 5-0 run. Down in the corner. That three-point shot is up and good by Peyton Craig. And now it's a 2-point game. 26-24. Smyrna moments ago was down by 10 with Savage in foul trouble.
Royals doing such a great job defensively, moving her feet, keeping herself in front of Adams. There we got to get a better closeout on Adams, and Adams takes advantage of it and knocks it down.
Yeah, she has the answer right there. Her second downtown make of the game. 13 points for her to lead all scorers. Now a three-point shot the other way is too strong by Ellerby. And the ball will stay with Smyrna, I think. Yes. We're down to 2:09 to go in the half. Ellerby with a mid-range jumper. That's too strong. And I think we've got to tie up on a jump ball as Dunkley is back on the floor for Coach Thompson.
Smyrna's energy on both ends of the court are keeping them in the game right there, battling, tying up, the Sanford player there, getting the possession arrow. Sanford had the ball with the possession arrow, so we'll see what goes here.
Under 2 minutes to go in the half. It's a 5-point lead for Sanford. Sanford ranked second, Smyrna ranked third. Nice little give and go to Dunkley underneath, puts a shot up and gets it to go. Whistle on a foul down on the baseline on the throw-in.
Was on Adriana Chambers,
yeah,
who came in, who's been their point guard. She's coming back from an ACL tear from last season, been working really hard.
Good defense right there, collapsing on Smyrna's Royal. Creates the turnover. Smyrna got that deficit down to 2, but its lead is back up to 7 now for Sanford. Good work in the paint. Can't get the little finger roll to go, but a good offensive rebound. Put back no good. Another opportunity, and we have a call. But there might be a traveling violation call, but instead we have a foul on Smyrna.
Sanford's height advantage with Merle and Dunkley in there is keeping the ball alive on some offensive rebounds.
Three-point shot on the way. Too strong. Long rebound to Sanford. They'll get a second chance opportunity here. As we close in on 1 minute to go in the half. Johnson is doing a great job of dribble penetration. She's kicking the ball out, but Smyrna's reacting quick enough to get on the shooter. Kickball violation stays with Sanford.
Now, I'll be interested here. One of the things that Sanford has traditionally done is they may play for the last shot here. It looks like they were looking to shoot there, but I'll be interested to see if they pull it out and play for the last shot. Doesn't look like they're going to. Maybe a little too much time, and Coach Thompson beckons them to pull the ball out. So here we go. Sanford's going to be happy with a 7-point lead and hoping to bump it to 9. And
that three-point shot is way short, but Dunkley alertly gets the ball. Second chance, shot up, no good. And with 30 seconds, the Eagles come down the floor. Ellerby, Craig, corner. Three-point shot off the mark, coming to us. Not quite. So the Eagles will throw it in with 23 ticks on the clock. Ellerby into Royal, right back to Ellerby. Let's see if Smyrna holds. No, they won't. Ellerby takes a step back three and makes it. Four-point game with 8 seconds to go. 6, 5, 4. Ball loose on the floor. Tie up. We've got a whistle with about a second to go. There was a tie-up. It'll be Smyrna possession.
That's one of those tie-ups as a coach you don't want, because you'd like to start with the ball in the second half.
Yeah, right. You like the team hustle, but.
Yes.
Ellerby will throw it up. It'll be short, and we have come to the end of one half of play. A pretty tight game at 31-27, John.
Hey, I'm impressed with Smyrna. Their energy, their resilience. There's no, nervousness. They say, hey, we belong here. And you had mentioned earlier that they faced Sanford last year in the tournament. Those types of things are going to help them in the long run. And, I'd like to see them. I know many of their shots here in the latter part after Savage, got in foul trouble and Coach Gums, subbed her out. They were relying on the three-point shot, which, yes, did get them back in.
Right.
But my question is, what happens when that shot doesn't fall for you? Hey, I'm hoping Coach Gums, and I'm sure he is, hey, let's keep attacking the basket. Let's get the ball down into Savage's hands, get some higher percentage shots, get Ellerby attacking. Again, Sanford is a seasoned group. They're going to keep coming back. Coach Thompson's going to make some adjustments as we head into the third quarter here.
All right, and we'll step aside and take a break here and pay some bills. We'll be back with the unofficial scoring in the first half. As Glenn Fraser, John Kalesia, we have Jordan Hughes on camera, Jason Winchell producing, and Mike Lang in the house. And we'll be back with the second half after this.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Matt's Fish Camp has 3 locations, all conveniently located on Route 1 in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Fenwick Island. Matt serves fresh seafood, coastal classics, and Sussex County comfort food. With an array of camp cocktails, craft ales, and a carefully selected wine list, there's something for everyone on the menu. Matt's is the place you can bring your family for dinner, grab lunch during the week, or hang with friends at happy hour. Each location offers unique outdoor dining and a raw bar featuring fresh, local oysters. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Stop into Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Bethany, or Fenwick.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
The Clubhouse at Baywood is a full-service restaurant and premier wedding and event venue in coastal Delaware. Located just a few miles from Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, this all-inclusive venue features breathtaking views, stunning indoor and outdoor spaces, and a team of professionals to help you plan your dream wedding. From our in-house florist to our award-winning culinary team, we will take care of everything, making sure your day will be one to remember. Reach out today to schedule your tour at Baywood.
From Fenwick Island to Middletown, Surf Bagel is your go-to spot for fresh baked bagels and good vibes. We're open daily from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., serving up breakfast and lunch favorites like our specialty wraps, made-to-order salads, tasty smoothies, and locally roasted coffee. Be sure to check out our iconic merch, the perfect way to wear the beach life wherever you go. Dine in and enjoy the beach atmosphere, or grab your order to go and hit the road. We're stoked to serve you soon.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
I think he was going to do something. He not want to do active duty because he wants to do college first. The biggest thing for him, instead of waiting and then doing college after.
One of the differences I noticed when he came back from basic training, he was more organized in how he's going about things a little bit. I know he commented that a lot of things his classmates would do that it didn't bother him before, but now he realizes, because he's been outside of high school, I think maybe he's a little more responsible.
He's thinking about his future a lot more. He talks about it and the different possibilities. And he mentioned the ROTC program as well. And he said, I could graduate as an officer. And so I was kind of excited when he mentioned that he could do that as well.
I would just tell people, if their son or daughter was considering the National Guard, that I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's something that can really help somebody grow. And at the same time, you're serving your country, which is a great thing too. So I think it's a good opportunity.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Back here about 2 minutes before we resume play. Both teams back out on the floor and loosening up here before the start of the third quarter as Sanford enjoys a 4-point advantage. They led by 4 after the first, and both teams scored 13 points in that second quarter. The largest lead of the game, 10 points at 26-16 for the Warriors. Leading the way for Sanford, Asia Adams with 13 points. She has 2 downtown shots. Kaylee Pachikchin hit the first shot of the game from beyond the arc for Sanford, and she has 3. 2 points for Kanaya Johnson, 7 points by Asselin Merrill, 4 points for Naomi Allen, and 2 points from Honor Dunkley. Leading the way for Smyrna coming off the bench today, Amaya Ellerby. She has 14 points, 3 points by Peyton Craig, 3 by Dawson DeMoe, 3 by Gabby Royal, And then Div Savage had 4 points before she picked up her second personal foul and sat about 5 minutes there in the second quarter. So, again, Ellerby leading Smyrna with 14, and Asia Adams leading the way for Sanford with 13 points. As it's 31-27, we get ready to start the second half of action. I want to mention that Claire's Fashions is bringing you this girls basketball game here on 302 Sports. And we also want to give a little shout out to the Delaware Army National Guard. They've been doing a great job for us all season long, as this will be our Delaware Military Appreciation Game on the girls' side. We'll have another game for you tomorrow, by the way, as we have two top 3 teams coming at you tomorrow on the boys' side with Dover and Howard. All right, Coach, just about ready to go. I think the key would be for Smyrna to keep Savage from getting that third personal foul. And then on the flip side for Coach Thompson, that's just exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, they may. I'll be interested to see if they look to attack her down in the post there with Sanford's 2 post players.
Ball tipped. Little floater in the lane, wouldn't go down, but another second chance opportunity. And going to the free throw line will be Merrill.
One of the interesting things is when you play a zone, they came back out, Smyrna came back out in their 2-3 zone. You're guarding an area, so sometimes you're not going to be able to box everyone out, and that's what kind of happened there. You had 3 of the Smyrna defenders pushed to the one side of the floor, and Merle was able to get in there and get an offensive rebound and get fouled.
She makes the first to push that lead out to 5. The foul posted on the board against Dawson DeMoe. They show it as being her first. I already have her for a foul in the first half, but we'll go with what they have. Both free throws good. Back to a 6-point lead for the Warriors. Keeping an eye on Savage.
That was a good little set. They got Savage the ball out on the perimeter. She wasn't able to take advantage of it, and they had her kind of ISO'd on the one side of the court.
Looking for her inside, but good defense being applied by Allen. Now they try to force a pass in there, and it's tipped away.
You had mentioned earlier about Sanford doubling down or even tripling down, and that's exactly what they did. Kaylee was able to get her hand on the ball there. They tried to enter it into the post.
First points of the game by Nyla McClendon as she nailed a wide open 3. And it's back to a 9-point lead for Sanford at 36-27. Ellerby, step back 3. Off the side of the rim. One and done as the rebound's cleared by Merrill. Good ball moving around the perimeter. Smyrna appears, you think, well, there's a little shot in the lane over top of Savage. Hustles Ding to get the miss, but again, coming up short, and Savage with the rebound. Trying to figure out what Smyrna was doing there defensively. As Craig takes a 3-pointer, that's too strong. And there's a foul on a reach-in by Gabby Royal.
Royal's done a great job all game. And it's only her first foul, but she does a great job of putting some really good pressure on the ball handlers and making them work there. At that time, she just bumped her a little bit, picked up the little chippy.
She leads the Eagles with 15 points per game, but only has 3 so far today. Good pass inside. Strong move, whistle, and a foul. I think they had a switch that time, and the much smaller Peyton Craig forced to guard Naomi Allen.
Yeah, Allen did a good job down in there in post, getting the ball, drawing the foul, getting an opportunity here at the charity stripe.
Second foul called on Peyton Craig. Team's third.
Coach Royals subbing out, or I'm sorry, Coach Gums subbing out Savage. having a little conversation with her, maybe a defensive breakdown, just letting her know.
Boy, I tell you what, Ellerby is tough with that left-handed, Coach.
Ellerby does a great job. I love her energy, looking to attack the basket, not afraid to pull up for the three either.
Strong dribble penetration by her.
Sanford spreading the floor out here with a little 4-round one.
Good pass that time, but couldn't quite gather it in. Top of the circle, three balls, no good. Smyrna with a rebound, run down the floor. They're trailing by 7 with 5 minutes to go in the third. Ellerby again, strong to the paint, had that shot rejected. I think it was Allen.
Yes, Naomi Allen.
Down the other end, up and good.
Royal made it very tough for Asia Adams there. Asia kind of got herself contorted, but still got the shot to fall.
That's what you call good touch with the soft hand. She got the friendly rim bounce. 9-point lead again for Sanford. They've led throughout. Ellerby, strong move. That time a little strong on the layup.
One of the things I've noticed Smyrna doing here in the second half, and they did that there with Ellerby, they basically shifted 4 of their players to the one side and let Ellerby attack from the left, which she had a tough angle and just missed it. Just had it roll off.
And because of that shifting, nobody but white jerseys there to get the miss. We've played half of this third quarter. 38-29 Sanford. Good pass underneath. Spin move, shot up, off the side of the rim. Rebound, put back, no good. Another opportunity, turnaround layup, that's up and in. Merrill with the bucket.
Merle and Allen have done a great job down on the boards and have been tough, and it makes it a little tougher, you know, when Savage isn't in there. She's like their main height, and you got to make sure, you know, if you're Smyrna, that you're boxing out, you're securing that area. A lot of times teams go for the ball and don't box out. Great take there by Ellerby.
Yep, she'll go to the line for 2, as right now Sanford has the largest lead of the game at 11. Foul goes on Adams, her first. Ellerby at the line. She has 16 points to lead all scorers.
Adriana Chambers has been their point guard, was their point guard last year prior to her injury. Asia Adams is now running things, and looks like Adriana Chambers is trying to get herself back into playing shape, strengthening that leg. You know, you can't go wrong with either Chambers or Asia Adams, you know, running the point. They're both doing a great job. They both have great vision. Let's see if Smyrna can put some defensive stops together here and cut this, you know, 11-point lead that Sanford has.
Well, one thing they're going to have to do is box out on the glass, especially on the defensive window, because as you mentioned moments ago, Merrill and Allen are keeping second, third chance opportunities, keeping the possessions alive for Sanford.
Very much so. And again, it goes back to when that ball goes up, you got to find a player and you got to box them out. Don't run in and start to rebound. That's when the ball goes over your head. Yeah. You get pushed too far under the basket, or you get pushed to the other side. The other thing that we talk about when it comes to rebounding is we call it the 70-30 rule. If you're shooting from one side of the court 70% of the time, the ball's going to go to the other side of the court. Statistically, it's been there. So you got to make sure that you really box out and secure things on the weak side.
Good points by the coach, my broadcast partner today.